Whoops, no, not that guy. We're going to go to full screen view, full screen. Perfect, we're in business.
Okay, great. So what I'm going to do, just as another reminder, I'm going to do my 5-second countdown. If you can just pause for 10 seconds, and then you can begin your presentation.
Okay.
All right? Okay, best of luck, and thanks again for participating.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, this is Yousef from TVSHOWHOW. I am presenting social media and employee communication, how to become the company hero by doing social media right. So let's hope the gremlins of computing will let us get through this entire thing, because I do have 3 videos and we tested them, they should work. You will learn in this presentation how to set up your social media presence, your personal and your corporate, how to get on the hottest network, in my opinion, including step-by-step how to do it, and that will be included, how we created TVSHOWHOW and all of the interviews using Google Plus, and all with free tools. My name is Yousef. The best way to contact me is by email, amid@tvshowhow.com or amid@amidyousef.com. You can call my cell number, but during a webinar, generally it's on vibrate or silent. And I'm on the internet. This is what I do, so the phone is secondary. You can also Skype me or look for me on social media everywhere by my name, Amid Yousef. Lucky I have such a rare name that I can actually get all of the links all the time. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Quora, I'm everywhere. Just look up Amid Yousef. To get a video of this webinar, I understand that HR.com will be making a video for your certification. Just in case the technical gremlins don't transfer video screenshots correctly, I will be making a free video copy for you and sending it to you in an email link. What you need to do is something simple. After the webinar, go to tvshowhow.com. You'll see a screen that looks like this. Click on Contact, and there just click if you have a Facebook account, and it will automatically register you for the free copy of the webinar. If not, just put in your name and email address in the box. If you don't have a Facebook account, this will just be a name and email address, and I'll be glad to send you a copy of the webinar. I was to remind you that my copy of the webinar does not get you the CE certification, but it'll be a complete copy of this webinar. Okay. I do X for Y, so Z, and all of the teaching that I learn and I teach is I try to summarize everything we do. I teach you how to do social media right so you become the company hero. I didn't send in poll questions, but on the previous session I sat down and I snuck in. The general audience we have today is human resources professional are 63%, internal recruiters are about 33%, external recruiters are 3%, and hiring manager, just so you know who the audience is. The struggle. Why did I create this concept? I founded and operated 12 retail stores in Cleveland, Ohio called Auto Accents for over 25 years. And if you were to ask me the #1 challenge I had in the company, it was communicating with employees, communicating with each particular person on his level. These are pictures of some of the 12 stores. This one was the Toledo store. This one was the Parma Heights store. We had stores all over Northeast Ohio, flung about 200 to 300 miles apart. And we've tried everything. We sent trucks to communicate with people. We'd have regional managers that stopped occasionally. And We tried everything. I joke around except a pigeon. We didn't try pigeons. This is sort of my organizational structure that I communicated. Why I share that with you, your organization might look something like this, or you may have a different layout, but I had to communicate with the clerk on his level. I had to communicate with the technician, with the regional manager, with the vice presidents, all at different levels. Now, you may have your organization that you're insulated from all these people down here, and that's fine, but there may be a way or a reason for me to communicate with everybody. And I did that, by the way, on the weekly meeting, where in the next slide I tell you those were the most productive things we do, but they were expensive. So in my organization, I had 2 VPs, and I had 4 regional managers and 12 store managers, and the clerks under them and the technicians. This structure I'm showing you deals with that. That's where the struggle came from. The solution, social media. Why? To communicate instantly. The minute you post on Facebook or on LinkedIn or on Twitter, it's out there and they have it. And if they're monitoring their track, they got it. You don't have to lick a stamp and send it out. Convey messages accurately. If you're trying to say a sentence that has numbers in it or descriptions in it, or you can do that with social media, especially when I'm done showing you, you could do it with vivacious vigor too, because I'm a heavy believer in some components of social media. Deliver content accurately, correctly, and reap results immediately. And I call it rinse and repeat. So if you try this in the HR department, then you try it in the vacation department, and you try it in the healthcare management department. Whatever it is, you could do the same thing once you have a successful platform. You recognize this circle. I say, yes, social media can do that. Tools for social media. Recruiting, yes, you can recruit with social media. Employee branding, employee communication, internal social networks, alumni social networks, learning and development, the strategy, management, communication, and analytics. That's all in social media. Meeting versus social media. The most productive day. Our meetings were held on Wednesday night because we were in retail at the time, and we would bring all the employees from all the stores and we would communicate with them. And it was a festive atmosphere because they got to see each other and they learned a lot. The problem was meetings were costly, and social media can replace that and yet continue to give you that personal touch. You can use it for communicating as well as training. Is it confusing? Yes, maybe. Is it hard? Those are the 4 major questions when you're implementing a social media program. Is it confusing? If you've never delved into it personally, you're not on Facebook or you're only on one of the medias, it may seem like a jungle. The answer is maybe because you don't have someone holding your hand. I obviously think social media is easy. Is it hard? No. Is it costly? Most of the solutions I recommend generally are, most of the solutions I recommend are going to be free. And try not to get tied to one platform. You know, if you work on well, I'll give you an example. MySpace likes right now are worthless. So I'm not sure whether Facebook will be the platform or Google Plus will be the platform in 10 years. But don't get married to the platform. Work on the message and work on it as a tool. When this tool is no longer needed, just throw it away. You know, or you can continue to use it for those that want to use it. What should I do next? I say start a blog or a TV station. Biggest thing is, this is what social media looks to most people. It looks like a jungle of logos. Personally, that's what it looked like to me when I started a couple of years back and honed my skills a few years back. And it shouldn't be a confusing sea of logos. The trends, what's hot? What do you want to learn was a question asked by Social Media Examiner, who surveyed 3,800 marketers. I'm obviously a social media marketer, and I like to think of myself as on the cutting edge. So are all the marketers. So they surveyed 3,800 marketers, and they said, what is it you want to learn about? Not because we want to use these tools for selling, but because these tools can allow us to go into corporations and deliver a platform. And the number one response was by 70% was Google Plus, followed by blogs. Blogs generally are owned by you. They have an advantage that you control them. You control where the list goes. You make the rules on the blog. Followed by Facebook, followed by LinkedIn, followed by YouTube, followed by Twitter. If you have gotten any of my marketing material, you would know I stop at the Twitter line because these are the 5 important: Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. Can you do the same thing with video using Vimeo instead of YouTube? Yes, but there's a ton of reasons why we use YouTube instead of Vimeo. And you'll find many of my items on Vimeo, Motion, Vidler, everything out there, but the core of your social media presence should be on YouTube. Only 5 matter. I just talked about them. Twitter, I call it the attention deficit disorder cousin to Facebook. I don't call it that. Actually, one of my teachers uses that. Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and this is the first hint that I obviously like Google+. You link them all together with a blog or with a TV station, which is what I'm going to show you in a minute. Facebook is like the town square. This is where listening to other presenters, some people tell you not to go to Facebook and look, and you have to watch the legality of what you know, and you may find information. Well, when we hired people, we wanted to know about as much information about them as possible. I know it may not be legal anymore, but back in the day, Hewlett-Packard wanted to make sure they went and visited the new employee at his home. They wanted to see the environment. This is years ago. I don't know if that's still legal. Social media sort of gives you that. It lets you go to a guy's house and watch how he behaves and so forth. Some call it social snooping. I call it getting to know who it is you're bringing on board. Let's say you were in the automotive business. Wouldn't it be nice to see that the guy all weekend long spends time on cars? So social media gives you that benefit. You learn about that person. You can share calendars. Everybody says you should separate the two and so forth. Your social life and your personal life are integrated. Yes, you may leave to go home at 5, but you still have activity that continue on. Whether you use pages or whether you use your own personal presence, social media allows you to share calendars. Create polls. You'll notice there was no poll questions, and I honestly was somewhat confused on how to create the polls for you. I know how to do it now. I just sat through one, and next time I'll have polls. But in social media, especially in Facebook, you create a poll in 5 minutes. It's right there on top. They ask a question, you put the question in, and 2 minutes later you have the poll. You share it with your friends, and now you're out broadcasting it to the world. Sharing it with a friend. Tagging is so easy. You just type the person's name or say plus and that person's name on Google Plus, and it's working. Best part is it's easy and it's free. Twitter. This is a PR agent. Most people use Twitter to tweet back and forth. I'm going to make an admission to you. I'm never on Twitter. Yet, if you go on my Twitter profile, You'll see probably today I tweeted 4 to 8 times, and they all look pretty personal, and I have people responding to me, and I respond to them, and so forth. It's a fast notify. Use it correctly. It's a great tool. If you like to tweet, I saw a guy with thousands and thousands of tweets earlier today. That's fine. This is what the platform does, but it's a very short attention span platform. It's designed to push the data out there, so when people are looking for it, you get a copy. There are people who will follow you because your content is there. It's a PR agency. It will notify all. It's indexed in a search engine. And the best part is it's fast and it's free. Many of you are on LinkedIn, according to the other poll. I'm not putting it up here. It's professional. The groups in LinkedIn are probably some of the best. People are very helpful. And the connections made here are awesome. I'm not going to concentrate on LinkedIn because it's a tool most professionals are familiar with. A great business Rolodex. Again, it's fast and it's free. YouTube. I must admit to you, I got a reinvigoration in my business life a couple years ago when I realized that I didn't have to pay for television advertising. Back in the days of auto accents, there were, I'm going to use a number, there were years we were spending literally up hundreds of thousands of dollars on advertising, and most of it was going to television. And YouTube is television. And instead of the old days where they're seeing you in a blast, here they're seeing you because they came looking for you. So I use the name HP. Let's say you're out there trying to recruit somebody and you put a video of your general environment. Now I'm out shopping for a job, or I'm out hunting for a job in an environment. Let's say it's IT. I do IT jobs, and your YouTube video, if it's done correctly, will come up near the top. And now I look at it, I look at your environment, I see it in 3D. You are basically giving me television. And so when I saw television on YouTube, or when I connected the two together, I worked on creating a complete comprehensive space. And the comprehensive space that I created deals with the frustration of when you have a YouTube channel and you have all kind of content on it, it gets out of control. YouTube is great for generating traffic back to you. So if you're recruiting people and you're looking for them to come back to your website and fill out the form, or fill out an application, you can actually do that on YouTube, and below it in the empty space, you can have a link coming back to exactly where the application is, and you could reference, say, below me there's a button, click on that, or there's a link, click on the link and come on over and fill out the application. If I was to tell you of all the 4 I just mentioned, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, which one I wouldn't give up? Yes, you guessed it, it would be YouTube. Content can be hidden and shared. And what that means, most people think once it's on YouTube, it's automatically for the world. Content can be hidden and linked only to a single email address, so only a person with that email address can see it. Or content can be hidden, and when only people with the full link can see it, they don't need their email address. And the best part about it is it's fast and it's free. Okay. Hey, this is going good. G plus, I call it the keeper. Google Plus can replace all 4. It has video. Why can it do that? It has the town square aspect of Facebook. It has the broadcasting aspect, or the PR aspect of Twitter. It has the video hosting aspect of YouTube. And it has the Rolodex aspect of LinkedIn. So if I was to say of all 5, which one would I keep? It would be Google. Of course, I have a choice. I could use all of them because they're all fast and free. good thing about Google Plus is they host video. And if you know how to set up your account correctly, you could take a video with your phone, Android enabled phone, or I have not tried it personally with an iPhone, but it should work also on the iPhone, whereby you take the video and you go find it on your YouTube channel. This is great if you're trying to do some training. A guy is doing something right over in HR, or a person is doing something right over in on the front desk of your company, and you want the rest of your company, all of your office, to emulate that. Take your phone out, shoot it, press record. When you're done recording, that phone automatically is sending the video to where you'll find it when you go online on Google Plus, and then you can share it, distribute it. Of course, you can put it in your blog or in your TV show house station. Google results are heavily populated with Google Plus. So if you're trying to advertise for hiring and you put it on Google Plus, now of course you got to be tasteful, but you can do commercial advertising on Google Plus, or commercial brand. Well, you call it what you call it, but it's advertising. And but done tastefully, people will accept it. It has a great wall, and it is a must for employee communication. And it's fast and it's free. Recently, I tweeted this post on actually, I liked it and shared it on Facebook, and it eventually got tweeted.
How many of you have a blog? All right. Blogging is free. It doesn't matter if anyone reads it. What matters is the humility that comes from writing it.
Now, we're not sure if you're seeing these videos in high quality. This is Seth Godin. I'm hoping you at least get his audio. If you're not seeing the video, don't worry about it. Go to TV Show How after the webinar, tvshowhow.com. Click on Contact. By merely adding your email address in, I'm going to send you a very clear video, and I promise you to get it done within 24 hours.
What matters is the metacognition of thinking about what you're going to say. How do you explain yourself to the few employees or your cat or whoever is going to look at it? How do you force yourself to describe in 3 paragraphs why you did something? How do you respond out loud? If you're good at it, some people are going to read it. If you're not good at it and you stick with it, you'll get good at it. But this has become much bigger than Are You Boing Boing or the Huffington Post. This has become such a micro-publishing platform that basically you're doing it for yourself, to force yourself to become part of the conversation, even if it's just that big. And that posture changes an enormous amount.
I will simply say my first post was in August of 2004. No single thing in the last 15 years professionally has been more important to my life than blogging. It has changed my life, it has changed my perspective, it has changed my intellectual outlook, it's changed my emotional outlook, parentheses, and it's the best damn marketing tool.
Well, he says it's the best damn marketing tool he ever got. So if you're trying to hire people and you're preparing ahead of time a blog that has conversations carrying themselves, you're not panicking when you need people. If you have people following that blog and participating in that blog and communicating in that blog, chances are they're waiting for the next cue from you to help you fill those positions. And that's what a blog does. Okay? I'll do a little more training on that. Create a blog or a TV station so you can tie your media together, collect emails, extremely important, become the interaction spot, link it to Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Google+. That's how a blog becomes successful. Want to learn a little bit? Mine isn't really out of this world successful. It's a good blog. AmidYousef.com is a nice personal blog, and I'll talk about it in a minute. This was when I captured this screen, this was what the Hamid Yousef blog used to look like. This is a personal blog. Whether you're going to do a personal blog or a corporate blog, that's your choice. How to set them up and how to make them work and so forth, that's again your choice. And an advice from someone who knows what he's doing in social media here is very helpful. Okay, this is the TV show how television station, and I'll talk about that in a minute in the training. So I'm sharing with you the challenge of how to create a presence, a TV presence or a web presence. I used to do that very well for my retail facilities, and we used the internet, we used these television stations. However, there are two different ways you can set it up, and I'm going to do a training for you in a moment about Google Plus. That's sort of the core of this training. And the way you get to Google Plus is you go to your normal Google, and then you either go to your Gmail. Instead of Gmail, you go here. If you haven't signed up, the training is going to show you how to sign up. But once you sign up, your name will appear here, and you click on it. And this is what Google Plus looks like. Why am I showing it to you? It's a great tool for employee communications. And I have set up this system for presence on the web to take advantage of all the features, or most of the features of the Hangout, of the photos, videos, so forth, storage capacity on Google+. If you're setting up a personal presence, you would go and create something like a blog, perhaps something that looks like mine, a lot of things I like or don't like. This is one of the posts that basically is pivotal as far as I'm concerned. I posted it on February 16th, and it says, "Is TV dying?" I believe that TV is going away, and if you're setting up your own TV presence, you literally are like owning your own television station. Might not sound very spectacular, but you don't have to pay for airing out commercials ever, and especially if you get your own kind of following, whether it's your internal employees or your customers or your followers. You can do that either on the blog, or you can create what I call a TV show how. And here's a teaser of what it looks like. I'll come back to it in a minute. We have outgrown TV, so we no longer need to be using the TV mechanism. However, we can use the format to communicate with everyone. So for now, I'm not going to train on Google+. I'm going to show you how I arrived at using Google+ properly. And I use pretty much Google+ to create these interviews that I'm going to show you. I'm, of course, a creator of TV Show How. This is TV Show How. You click on the home button, and it takes you home. And once you come here, pretend that you just hired a new hire. Hi, everybody. I'm Hamid from TV Show How. I'm going to pause. All of what you see here was designed and published using the Google Plus platform. But let's say you have a new hire and you want to tell them about advertising policy or about things that HR wants to say, or if you have a customer. And these categories are all editable by you. You have a customer who wants to get brochures. You have, let's say you have a new trainee in the sales department. He's a clerk at one of your retail facilities, and you would like to have your best sales manager train him firsthand, but your best sales manager is somewhere out in the field. So you put him here in front of this, and of course you can go back to home. It's usually under the first page. We can design it anywhere. It could be right on top. You click on sales training. It takes you there. And then you click here, and you're going to see the awesome Roger
Because
Boca.
right attitude and the right frame of mind. I look forward to talking to that customer. Those of you who are a little bit newer to sales or the sales process, don't hold back. If this is just a friend you haven't met yet, there's no lions that are going to jump out and eat you up. No tigers are going to scare you to death. You know, the worst thing that's going to happen to you in this job is somebody might say no. Somebody might say, no, I'm not interested today. There's nothing to fear.
So instead of you sitting and saying, okay, this is how you work the front counter, you would get your best person who works the front counter to do the training. And once it's here and that person has permission to see it, it's automatically there forever. And this is my friend in Australia that I had interviewed for an episode on Google. How you control access. If a person is a customer, you may only want him to see brochures, and this would be a level 1 access. If he's a technician, you may want him to see the trainings of how to install or how to service a customer or how to enter a house, or when he enters a house, if you have employees that go into customers' house, what's the proper etiquette? That would be under this level. Should you take your shoes off if you're working on cars? Should you take your belt off so you don't scratch the paint? That would all be under these levels of training. And of course, level 3 would be the managers of the store, where you tell them about what advertising special may be coming on, or what inventory issues you may have, or depending on what your organization restrictions, you'll put it here. This may be for the vice presidents. You may give them reports and so forth. For finance, and of course this you can have more than 5, but here I've set up 5 samples. When a person is allowed into a plan, he's allowed into everything below that plan. So the customer can see the brochures and the advertising and press releases. The employee can see the training. The managers can see advertising. Of course, you designate that. So this is how I've set it up. Again, I use Google Plus to make all of this happen. And then one tiny bit that I wanted to catch on, to contact us, I would highly recommend, if you're watching this training, please go to TV Show How, click on the Contact Us. I have a present that I want to send to you after the training, and I promise to send you a complete recording. If you have a Facebook account, you could register with your Facebook account. It does require that you confirm the subscription. I created this just this morning before the training, so it may still have some glitches, but I think it's working correctly. I've tested it. If you have multitudes of departments that you want to communicate with, you can create a station for each department. So a person in retail may not need to see what the wholesale department do, or the advertising, or the sales, or the HR, or public relation. They all can have their own complete television station. So this is a sample of what one might look like. I train people how to start businesses. I'm going to give you the nudge with this particular station. Looks and feels the same as the TV Show How station, but you'll notice here we've added things like how to fill out a spreadsheet for the SBA and so forth. These are the kind of things that you don't need if you're running a different kind of business or if you're in a different division. Okay? So this is the TV Show How concept. That's what I do, but mainly, like I said, I wanted to show you how we use Google. And then, of course, up here, up top, I have a slider going, and this slider will constantly bring other episodes that that person is entitled to see. So back to the training with Google Plus. Here goes.
Hello, ladies. How are you? Fantastic. Does your man look like me? No. Can he smell like me? Yes. Should he use Old Spice body wash? I don't know. Do you like the smell of adventure? Do you want a man who smells like he can bake you a gourmet cake in the dream kitchen he built for you with his own hands? Of course you do. Swan dive into the best night of your life. So, ladies, should your man smell like an Old Spice man? You tell me.
Yeah, I'm just having a look now, and I'm seeing some of the results come in. Let's see. I'm getting requests for the video, so the Google Plus. They're saying they'd like that. Perfect. Thank you.
How to sign up for Google Plus by TVSHOWHOW. You first type google.com, and then you click over here. And let me see if there's a way to point. You click way over here on the top left. Then when you click in there, you're supposed to go into Google. Let's see if Google lets us in. And once they let us in, you type in your normal Gmail account. And then you log in. If you're already logged in, you're automatically going to find yourself here. And we're going to, I don't know why the connection is so slow. Once you get in Google Plus, I want you to pay attention to the following. First thing you do is go, if you're going to be doing an interview with me, go and search me out. Hamid Yousef. There I am, broadcasting. You click on that. And normally, I'm obviously looking for myself, so I'm not gonna. So I'm gonna pause here for a second. You don't need to be doing an interview with me to friend me. I'm around 4,000. When I did this video, I had 822 people in my circle. I'm now a little bit over 4,000. So I have a little bit of room left. They only allow you 5,000. Feel free to add me in as a friend. I accept everyone and add everyone, but you're welcome to mention that you're on the HR. I'm going to let it keep going. Find that. Let's say Chris Arnold. I don't know if there's such thing. So look up Chris Arnold. Okay, he comes up. When he does, you would say add to circle. And you may have one or two names already made, but in this case, being that I'm doing a demo about him, I'm going to go ahead and actually add them into my circles. Okay, so now he got a notice, and most likely right here, a lot of time you keep an eye for notices. A number of 1, 2, whatever appears here. Maybe someone is trying to reach you. Okay, I go back here. Gosh, is it running slow? And when I'm on my own flow, I usually send you a Hangout request. and I'll say start a Hangout, and it looks like I'm somehow in a Hangout already. Hangouts are live now, and I've been invited to one, so I gotta go. And normally I would send you a Hangout request, and you would see right here a bar that says join a Hangout, or you may see a button like this, but it says join Hangout. I'm looking for one on my wall to see if anybody's actually running a Hangout right now. And there are ways to find Hangouts, but you would get an invitation on the middle of your screen. And okay, well, it looks just like this, but it says join Hangout. And I'm going to give up on that. So anyway, what that does, from my end, I press the button join Hangout over here on the vertical, and then I'll say your circles. And as soon as I say all contacts, probably going to get somebody, and I'll say join Hangout. If I wanted to join it with extras, and this is how you sort of start your own. You start Hangout with extras, it'll give you a lot more. If I'm recording a show, I prefer a plain Hangout because it gives me 2 channels that I could manage. And then I can give it a name. So we'll call it Peace. I like to call my Hangouts Peace. So if you see Peace, that's me. Yeah, I'm working on world peace. Yeah, well, somebody's got to do it. I guess it's me. So here it goes. And you say start a Hangout, and a whole bunch of stuff comes. The first time you come in, if you accept joining a Hangout, it's going to ask you to enter something in the Hangout. Now, the reason I do it this way is because I'm looking for share the screen feature. I'm looking for the invite feature in a minute. So I'm going to move this off the screen just so you see. And that's what the join the Hangout button looks like. It's going to be in your stream. Okay? Your stream is reached by pressing the home button. Okay? So when you press the home button, this is this button right here, and then join this Hangout. When you join it, the very first time, it's going to tell you, let Google install its software. You do that. TV Show How, where you bring your know-how to the show, how we call it. And so far, no one has joined me. When they join you, they'll appear right here. So I was hoping someone would join us in the meantime. I'll keep that here, and I'll let you know if anybody joins us. You keep your show how on the know-how. That's what we say. Come join us. This is how you do a Google Hangout, courtesy of www.tvshowhow.com. And I think that video is done. Finally, you should take action. Social media integration is easy, it's fun, and doing it right will make you the company hero. Honestly, everyone is scared of it. You know, when I go into a corporation and we begin talking, I mean, hello, IBM now doesn't allow, I think, Siri, because Siri keeps track of what it is you're searching. Well, yes, and you may probably be able to prevent leak of information that way, but you're also depriving a lot of your people from simply safe driving, being able to pick up the phone and do a search. I had heard that IBM does not allow Siri search because Siri database of the search is kept somewhere else. Go to tvshowhow.com for a free gift. I mentioned that. Email me at amid@tvshowhow.com. And I say, I'll see you on the social media. I got one last slide, I believe. Yes, it's a repeat. The slide is basically urging you to please get in contact with me by just signing up on TV Show How. And God bless you. I'll take questions. We got 9 minutes for questions, so I can go back over a slide if you wish, describe it further in detail, or I could answer you specific questions.
So I'm not seeing any questions at the moment. If anyone does have a question, you can type it in the question box in your control panel, and I'll let you know if something does come in.
Okay. Couple of tiny notes that I didn't hit hard on. One is the access. I wanted to be able to create this access situation so if I have a clerk working the front counter, I want to teach him how to talk to customers. But if I wanted to talk to a vice president and wanted to deliver a message about finance, I didn't want the clerk to be able to see what everyone else makes, for example, or private information. So that's why it has various settings. If I have no questions further, I'll see you on the social media.
Oh, there's one question that's just come in.
Okay.
The question here is, do you use apps such as Hootsuite to manage your social media?
Oh, that was one of the steps I went through, which is automating processes and submitting videos en masse. You can, it's called social media. It's not called automated media. So no. That personally, I don't. The only thing I use is a submission tool for video to try to put all my videos all over the world so we get links back. And my most recent experience, and I won't name my source, but my most recent experience after I believe it's the Penguin update, the one company we did a campaign for stuffing actually got negative results. So we've decided we won't automate that going forward either. So no Hootsuite. You can. Any socially savvy person knows that you're using Hootsuite, so they end up sort of punishing you. So no, I don't use Hootsuite because it's impersonal. Sorry for the long answer. Any other question?
There's no more questions at this time.
Thank you all for attending. And I urge you to go to TVSHOWHOW and make sure you click on the contact, fill in your name and email address, and I will send you a complete recording of this. It'll be a link to a YouTube video that will be held somewhere, and that way you don't have to worry about it being a large file. I believe that wraps it up. TVSHOWHOW, Hamid Yousef.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected. Goodbye.